everybody. I'm Jeremy,
And I'm Wendy.
and we are Elevation Games. And we are here today to share something a little different with you all. You've watched us play a lot of other people's games.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be showing one of our own. Our first one that has reached the point that we're ready to start testing it and getting it out there in the world. It's been seen by a select few people up to this point, but we're ready to go a little wider with Heisenburger. So in Heisenburger, you are playing as a scientist. There has been a mishap with a physicist's lunch that has resulted in the creation of a quantum burger. And you are going to be playing along with the other scientists to try and get more of your ingredients in the final burger to win in the end. So,
Okay.
we're just going to take you guys through this real quick here. There we go.
Yeah, so you can see here, Heisenburger is a card game. We've got 2 stacks of cards here that Jeremy will show you in just a minute. But it is a game for 2 to 4 people, ages 10 and above. And the playtime is about
15 to 30 minutes, depending on how many people you have playing. It's pretty quick and breezy, and hopefully fun.
we think it's fun.
When you were playing a game of Heisenburger, which we're going to run through one real quick here, you're going to start, of course, with the bun. So you'll lay out your bottom bun, and then you'll also have the top bun card here that anyone can use at the end of the game. Aside from that, everyone is going to be dealt 9 ingredient cards in their chosen color. So you've got 4 colors to choose from here. We've got a blue, orange, green, and red. That may change in the final game. But those are the colors we have in our prototype here. So, any color preference, Wendy?
I would like to play green.
Okay.
So, Jeremy, is there any difference between the ingredients based on color?
There is not.
Okay.
So you can be sure that the hand of ingredients you have is exactly the same as everyone else. And additionally, that way you can know if someone has played a specific card, that's their one card of that type in their hand, and they don't have another one waiting to surprise you with.
Right.
So, the cards themselves, as we said, all have ingredients on them. They have a value printed up here in the corner, and a special effect down here on the bottom. The values come into play when you're challenging other players, but each card is itself really just worth a single point, unless there's a multiplier on there of some kind. So at the end of the game, you're trying to get more of these in there than anyone else. So on your turn, you've got a couple of options. First player really only has one option because there are no other cards out on the table yet. So they would just play a card face down. You always play cards face down to begin with, and then it'll get flipped, and its special effect resolved on a future turn.
Okay.
So, the second player then has a choice. She can play a card face down herself on top of this one. You're always going up, right? Like you're building a burger.
We're building a burger.
Or she can choose to challenge my face down card. And to do that, she's going to sit it down and say whether she thinks her card is lower or higher than the value printed on this one.
My card is lower.
Okay. And so then you flip them, and we see. Okay.
So these both have a value of 1.
And in the case of a tie, the defender always wins. So,
Okay.
Since she lost that challenge, her card slides underneath here, and mine goes on top. And now, back over to me. I can play another card here.
I'm totally looking at what you're playing.
Okay. And now, hypothetically, let's say she goes again, she plays another card on top, it comes back to me. Then I would have the choice, since it's my turn and I still have a card that hasn't flipped, I can go ahead and flip it myself and resolve whatever the special effect on the card is. That's basically the entire game right there.
That's right.
And so you're going to go back and forth. About half of these cards have some sort of multiplier on them that increase how much they're worth depending on where they are in the burger. For instance, we both played our meat patty down here.
Our super massive meat patty.
Our super massive meat patty. The special effect on this one says this card is worth 2 points if there are at least 3 revealed cards above it. So obviously you want to try and get this one further down in the burger, right? There's an egg card that conversely, entangled egg here, says that this card is worth 2 points if there are at least 3 revealed cards below it.
Okay.
And so you've got several cards like that. They're worth more points depending on where they are in the burger, right? And then you have other cards that have active abilities. For instance, the Singularity Sauce here. Its special effect says, when revealed, move a card wherever you like in the burger. So,
right on.
If this was triggered by her challenging it, if I triggered it myself, regardless, I would then get to pick an existing card here, flipped up or down, doesn't matter, and I can move it somewhere else in the order in the burger. Okay?
Okay.
So let's just go through a few more rounds here. Are we starting over?
I would like to start over.
Okay. Why don't you go first this time?
Okay, I will. My problem is that I always build this like I would build an actual hamburger. And so Jeremy knows the science behind my burger building.
I do.
The actual science. And so I realized that my cards being in order is not helping me to win here. So let me get those out of order a little bit. I challenge you, and mine is lower.
Okay, ready?
Yes. Haha.
Okay, she wins.
So I played a supermassive meat patty, which again is worth 2 points if there's 3 cards above it. And he played his, is it plank or plank?
Plank pickles.
Plank pickles. The player with the lowest placed pickle gets 1 point for all pickles. So my card is going to cover his up. Now his is not removed from the game. It just lives underneath my card for now.
Yeah. So again, the only way to get rid of this card now that it's revealed is with a special power on one of these. But if I manage to do that, if I can remove her meat patty off of here, then my plank pickles will be the active card now.
Right.
So, all right.
This burger gets quite massive, depending on how much challenging you do.
It does, truly.
It starts being like one of those artisanal burger joints that you see in cities. Where they put like whipped cheese and all kinds of stuff on top of a perfectly good burger. Okay.
I'm challenging you. I say mine is lower.
Ah, dang. Okay.
So mine is cheese. It's got a value of 3. Hers is Schrodinger's bacon with a value of 7. And my cheese, now that it's on top, is worth 3 points if there are no other cheeses in the burger at the end of the game.
That's right. So each one of these is worth 1.
Yes.
Each one of these revealed cards is worth 1 point at the end of the game.
Yep. Unrevealed cards are worth nothing.
Right. And then challenge.
Okay.
Your card is lower than my card.
Your card is higher.
My card is higher.
Okay.
Indeed it is, because I'm playing
is.
my Entangled Egg. And Jeremy played his Supermassive Meat Patty. Okay. And then once a card is revealed, you cannot challenge it again, obviously.
Yes. I want to challenge this one.
Okay.
I'm going to say mine is higher.
Okay. Barely. Barely.
Okay, since I won that, my Singularity Sauce activates here, and now I get to move a card anywhere I want in the burger.
Okay.
So I'm going to take this egg and move it down here.
Okay. So you moved both of those and not just the one that was on top. All right. Quit looking at my cards. Okay, so and there's 9 cards total in our hand.
There are. And when either of us gets down to 2 or less left in our hand, we can end the game at any time by playing the top bun onto the burger.
Right.
And at that point, any cards you're left holding are worth -1 point apiece.
Okay. What's funny is we play a lot of games that are heavy on the strategy, and we've played this with people that play similar type games, and so they put so much thought into trying to build this whole strategy around the cards you're going to play and the burger you're going to build. And me, I'm just like, I just like to fight. Challenge every single time we play. Because it doesn't require as much strategy as some folks try to put in it.
Speaking of, I want to challenge this and say that mine is higher.
Okay. Boo!
Okay, no, actually. So, even though mine is higher, since she played the onion is a special card. It's basically a trap. So if it's revealed by an opponent, that opponent has to discard the card they challenged with, and she gets to choose and discard another card from the burger.
Okay. Booyah. I am going to remove this card.
Okay. You are destroying me.
For the first time. It's because I'm performing.
Uh-huh. It's your turn.
Okay. So we have played this game with our friends who are similar in age to us. We have also played it with our nieces and their friends who are significantly younger than us. And have had a lot of fun playing it with all of those age ranges. Yeah. So I think that this is... I'm challenging you, and I think that my card is higher.
Okay.
Singularity sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Beating your atomically unstable lettuce. This burger is growing. Mm-hmm. Okay, so move a card wherever you want. Okay, so I'm going to move all of these guys down, and I'm going to move my entangled egg back up.
Okay. Since
you really quite rudely moved it to where it wasn't going to score its bonus points. I love it when you find a game that you can play with, you know, your friends, or that you could play with your kids as a family, that they could play with together. I just think that those games are awesome, and this game, I think, qualifies as one of those. My card is lower. Oh! Oh, man. Okay. So he just bombed me with an onion.
Mm-hmm.
Rude. Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
I just put the bun on the top of the burger. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I just put the bun on top. Okay.
Okay.
You took my super massive meat patty.
I did.
Okay, so because the bun now is at the top of the burger, the game is officially over and we will score. So I still have one card in my hand.
I've got 2.
Okay, so that means I have -1.
And I have -2.
Haha. And then 1 point for each revealed card. So
yes.
For green, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. So I have 3 points right now.
Yes, I have 1, 2, 3, -2. So I've just got 1. And then we look for any multipliers. Her bacon no longer gets a multiplier. But the egg does. So the egg is worth 2 points.
Okay. So that's going to take me up to 5.
So you won quite handily. 5-1.
That's what we do. That's how we do. So this game, as you can see, it takes not even 30 seconds to set up. It takes no time at all to break it down. And just a few minutes to play through.
Yeah.
And depending on who you're playing with, your method of play is going to be different every time that you play as well. So I think those are definitely good points. But let me tell you my favorite part about this game. We talk a lot in our videos and on our social about things that are added to games to make them easier for folks who have vision impairments to be able to play, because that is something that personally impacts us. So although the cards are the same, I wish I could let me just grab a super massive meat patty. It's right there. The art on the cards is the exact same with the exception of the color. So, and it's funny that I pulled up the red green because I think that's one that color blindness really impacts.
Mm-hmm.
But when Jeremy designed the cards, they have not only a color on them, but they have a design. So there's like these little kind of groovy looking 70s squares on the back of this, and then a diamond shaped design on the back of the red card, so that even if you can't see the color, you can see the shape and associate that shape with another player. And those are on the front, on the back, and on the front of the cards. So we actually tested this with Jeremy's dad, who is color deficient. He's not color blind, but he is hard for him to be able to see different colors. And also, unless you're in a very well-lit room, if there are subtle differences between things or if they're smaller, it's hard for him to be able to see them visually. And he played this game and was able to discern whose cards were whose based on the board. Even though he couldn't necessarily see all of the colors, he could see enough of the design and also could see some of the colors, which was fun when that happened. So that is a design element that's in here just to make sure that this game is inclusive and accessible to others.
Yeah. So, like we said, we have done some testing on it, but we're ready to test it more broadly now.
Right.
So, if you're interested in getting your hands on this, we are looking for people to sign up for playtesting. We have a version on Tabletop Simulator that we're using. You can go to our website, elevation.games, sign up for our newsletter. And if you want to stay up to date on everything that's going on with the development of the game, and you can sign up for our testing Discord if you want to be a playtester. And bonus, we've actually made 2 games. We have
what?
neat little roll and write print and play that you can get. If you sign up for our newsletter, you'll get emailed a PDF of that for free that you can then go home and play with. It's called Kickflip, inspired by hours of playing Tony Hawk when I was a kid. And you're taking a little skateboarder around a half pipe, trying to score tricks. Yeah, go sign up for our newsletter, get a free copy of that, and you'll be the first to know when Heisenburger actually hits Kickstarter.
That's right. And we've got some pretty neat stuff to have as giveaways for folks that are doing the playtesting for us. Because we realize that is an investment in your time. That is a gift that you give us. So we've gotten some pretty rad things to have for giveaways in there. And if you see this and you think that it is something that you would like to playtest, and you're not familiar with Discord, you can drop me an email. It is wendy@elevation.games, and we will make sure that you can get added in to our tabletop space and can play this game.
Yeah, and if you want to play it in person and you happen to be in Vancouver in about a week and a half, we are going to be at Shucks. We have a booth in Indy Avenue where we will be showing off and playtesting Heisenburger in person on Friday, the first day of Shucks.
That's right.
We will be out there and hope to see some of y'all face to face potentially.
Yeah, come by. Even if you don't have time to play, if you are at Shucks, excuse me, come by, say hi. We've got some hot sauce we would love to send you home with. But we will have Heisenburger there for play. You can sign up for our newsletter while you're there. We've got some hamburger-shaped poppets to give away to folks. We don't have a lot of those, so you probably want to come early and just come hang out. Like, one thing I've learned I love about going to conventions is it's a lot of work when you're going there from a working perspective, but it's so nice. Like, you just feel so happy being around so many other people from our community, and we love to meet folks. So please, if you're there, stop by, play a round of Heisenburger if you want, sign up for our newsletter. We would love to meet you. And
Yeah.
We've got some really rad stickers too.
Absolutely. So thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Hope you get a chance to play Heisenburger soon. And we will keep you apprised as we go through the whole development process.
Right on. Y'all have a nice night.
Bye.
Bye.